tanked the boss for like.
Great to meet you. Welcome. See you soon.
Light be with you. What can I do for you? Well met. Need help? King's honor, friend. Go with honor, friend.
Good help. Long. I remember the lesson.
Light be with you. Light bless you.
I have many lucky doos. You like? Good fortune to our friends.
Vishnu derrière.
on your mind? How are you? Keep your feet on the ground. Safe travels. Great to meet you. See you soon. What can I do for you?
How are you? Well met. Hello. Welcome. Keep your feet on the ground.
What can I do for you? Safe travels. Off with you.
May the winds be in your favor. We'll be seeing you soon.
Seeing you is a good day. Come back soon.
I have just the thing, Wanderer. Good fortune to all friends of the Grummles. many
Hero, your timing couldn't be better. Mechatork is fading fast.
Beware of Yeti. Punches, lucky doos and loot. Farewell, friend of the gravel.
What news do you bring? For country, for family. You have my attention. My people have endured much.
So I'm going to show you how to open up everything in BFA, because they have removed the skips, as I tested out a few days ago on one of my neglected alts. Essentially, for Alliance, you want to come over here and find the Earthen Speaker. He will put you on.
Reporting for duty. I'll be waiting.
I foresee a mutually beneficial transaction.
Time grows short, champion, and our spies have yet to...
What news? Keep your gaze fixed.
Ready for action. Good luck out there. The Tide Sages are trying to heal him at Proudmoore Keep. Meet me there.
What's going on, everyone? Alliance Orc here, and welcome back to another video. Now, I know a lot of you people, you go into BFA, and you're just kind of like, as Alliance, you show up, hold on a second. This really doesn't iterate my point if I don't move my head. There we go. So you show up, you want to go to Zandalar, and this happens. Or, you go and you show up, and this happens. Exodar, Ironforge, Stormwind. How do I get to Nazjatar? Why can't I get to Zandalar? You know, where do I go from here? And this is essentially a question for people who this is videos like for people who basically skip BFA and its content and don't level in it. So I'm going to show you how to open up everything in BFA because they have removed the skips, as I tested out a few days ago on one of my neglected alts. But essentially, for Alliance, you want to come over here and find the Earthen Speaker. He will put you on the quest chain you need. Which will involve meeting Magni. Also, little side note, to open up the Mechagon stuff for Alliance, just go over to the flight path and talk to Teak Master Overspark. Him and his colleagues will put you on the right path you need for that one. But yeah, Magni needs you in Silithus, and yeah, Silithus ain't even open. So you know, you're left in that situation of where do I go from here? And that's what this video is all about. For now, and are locked this rapid fire anyways, so take this guy, and as she said, meet Jaina at the harbor. So essentially, a lot of this stuff is just the unlocking of BFA content, but I know that because that portal to BFA is literally right there, a lot of people probably don't do. Yeah. The eggs and biscuits. And you do not need to do what you made.
It was the deck. So action had eaten it. She is misguided. Take it home. He was a 2 days later.
And then you just take this quest, and it will. It's kind of a pointless quest now, but it was what opened up your ports way back in the day. Just complete this. And is at the boat. This, use a foothold. I'm going to choose Nazmir because I'm farming for the wand, aka opening up Guitar for you. Fair bit. Stop there. Skip complete. Is what again. Once you complete that quest, you want to come and talk again, Greymane, into quest. Grab whatever, because it's. I'm just gonna. We're just gonna.
Recently, Horde agents broke into the stockade and freed 2 Zandalari prisoners. A princess and a prophet.
Little Zul.
Only one returned. Survivors say they encountered strange and terrifying magics. And a massive Zandalari fleet.
Impossible! It's one of Sylvanas' tricks! It has to be.
Jaina, perhaps you could help us see what this survivor.
Greetings. King's honor, friend.
Champion, an urgent war council is underway. Your presence is requested in Stormwind Keep.
When you're ready to start.
Everyone is here. What news do you bring, Spymaster?
Stormwind on.
Recently, Horde agents broke into the stockades and freed 2 Zandalari prisoners. A princess and a prophet.
By cooking it too hot. And depending on the kind of wax you need, like what is too hot can change, not what kind of wax you're using. And anyway, tends to get messed up if you go too hot or too cold. when you melt the wax.
I
Mix
found
it
an extension. It's not an extension. It's a website called Bang for Your Buck, and you can search the cheapest version of anything on Amazon because Amazon doesn't have like a tool to do that. So you can even search like price per ounce, price per pound on things like rice and sugar. But I did that for candles, and I bought like a 6-pack of the cheapest candles and Amazon sells the other day, and I got one that was like cinnamon and orange, and that's what
Did you
my
burn
house
it yet?
was smelling like. Yeah, it smells great. Yeah,
And it
I
was
like
a win. Okay.
Yeah. I think it's hard to fuck up candles.
We there's some things in my life I try to do the like buy it nice or buy it twice wisdom, and one of them is extension cords. If you buy a shitty extension cord, it doesn't do what you need. You don't know why, like something's not working. You buy a good extension cord and it'll last longer than you do. So my wife found a website called like Badass Extension Cords, and I was like, all right. They're good, man. They're all like Amazon will sell you some 16 gauge piece of shit. These things are all like 12 gauge, like badass. You could jump a car with them. So that's the way we went.
That's one thing I think you should never cheap out on is jumper cables. You should get the good jumper cables because
Are the good ones the ones that are like that are free in the back of your car when you buy it?
No,
Oh,
honestly, what you want is a jump pack. Like when I worked, I didn't have any experience with jump packs. Like growing up, my dad didn't have one. We always just hooked up a tractor to something and then got it going with cables. But when I worked at the car dealership, they had those jump packs, and I was like, oh my god, this is magical. Like you can go from 0 to starting a car up instantly. Those are a godsend.
I don't have a jump pack. This is now. I thought this would be the
powered by a drill. Those are super helpful too.
I have.
Wait, what was that one?
Tire inflator that's like a DeWalt drill, except instead of a drill head, it's a little air nozzle. So you've got like a mobile air compressor for emergencies.
I've got
I do
a big
have
air
that in my truck.
I don't have a little one. It's like on wheels. That's like in my garage. And I thought that this would finally be the year. 7 years ago, I bought a generator from Home Depot, like a Westinghouse 3600 watt generator. And every single year, it's just sat in my basement. And I've been like, is this the year that I finally test out the generator and learn how this works? And like, because power all goes out. And no, I don't think it's, if it hasn't happened in 7 years, like I'm glad I have it, but fuck. Like it's been sitting down there. I haven't even added the oil to it. It came with oil. I never even, because it was like, don't add oil for no reason. Like wait until you're going to use this thing, then add the oil with the funnel, this and that. That oil's been down there for 7 years. Do I need to replace it? Is that even okay? Like, is that?
I think it sits on the shelf just fine. Our generator, our power goes out a lot more often than yours. We lose power for more than 3 hours, at least twice a year.
Right.
So, yeah.
Your generator runs the whole house and everything.
Like I'm sorry, say again.
Your generator runs everything, or do you have to like snap a couple breakers off and just focus on it?
Not even that. I take it out of the garage and we plug in the essentials, which is like the fish tanks, the refrigerator, and a couple other things, the internet. And then everyone sort of just surfs the web until the power comes back on.
How much is yours, the wattage? Do you know?
It's a dumb amount. It's 7,500 is what it is. And like you can get a little one that does what we need, like 2,000 would do the trick, and that's fine. Or you could get like a big one that will do the whole house. For some reason, I got one in the middle, which doesn't do more than a little one would, but it's heavy as fuck. I'm the only guy in the house that can like put it into position, start it, etc. It has a button to start it, but if we haven't run it for 6 months or so, it has to pull start, and that's definitely like a dad job.
I was curious how long the gas would last in it, because it only has a 4-gallon tank. Mine does, and I was just curious, like if I have like my internet
You
hooked
got
up to
the
an
right
refrigerator.
size. I have a 2,000 that holds like 2 gallons, and I use it for, I have this little camper type thing, and I might have to wake up at 6 a.m. and put more fuel in it when it runs the air conditioner. 4 gallons will run, I'll make up a number, 18 to 24 hours, something like that. So Yeah, mine will run for days. but for what? Like, what is that getting me that like 18 hours doesn't? You just fill it
Yeah.
every day. You're fine.
So you're like having to be like, well, I could just run this all day, but I think actually I'm going to take a half liter of gas and put it in there, and that should get me through the next 2.5 hours.
I mean, it's the other way. It's like, well, this thing only has a half a tank, but what? I want this fuel getting 3 years old.
Yeah,
It's on that side.
I know gas goes bad after a bit.
We had
Couple
diesel
years.
ones for the chicken houses. I think they were kilowatts. One of them was like 30 kilowatts, and one of them was like 50 kilowatts or something like that. And you had to go out there. It would be in a storm when you were doing it. The rain would be pouring down hard, and you'd have to like turn off the main line with these big like movie style electro switches. It looks like the switch they pull in the movies to electrocute somebody in the electric chair.
Ooh.
Like disconnect the main line and turn on the generator, get it going, and then connect it to the line, get everything going. Those were diesel though. Those were like tractor engines.
It sounds too powerful for my needs. What is alarming is the number of times on the generator and in the little guide and everything it says like, "Don't run this in your house," which means a lot of people have just been running these in their house. Like, and I feel like if you're with it at all, you would start it in your home and within 10 seconds be like, "Oh, this isn't right." Like you like immediately start like, "We gotta grab it. We gotta get it outside. Let's get this."
Have you guys ever run a propane or kerosene heater in your house?
Never. No, I'm too quick for that.
I don't have a kerosene heater.
Might be why I can't remember names. I did a winter that way.
Yikes.
I hate winter. You're always fucking dizzy. You're always...
God, winter makes me so nauseous.
Disorder is something else.
That's great.
Yeah, I bet I saw that 7 people died. That's probably what fucking killed them. It's probably something stupid like that.
That's a
That's
good
always
guess.
embarrassing.
Or car
always
accident.
embarrassing. It's like, why don't Americans know? Why don't like why doesn't everyone understand how carbon monoxide poisoning works? And just
Those people are so stupid.
They don't get it. Not like us.
I mean, you don't need to know the biology of it or anything. You just need to know that, hey, this thing makes poison gas inside.
I'm just joking because I did it. Sure, it makes poison gas, and there's a bit of a black smoke spot on the ceiling, but it's warmer.
Oh, but man, it was toasty. You gotta cost benefit, right? Like,
Wing said that I think it was a turkey fryer, like a propane turkey fryer, just in the middle of his living room burning.
Oh, come on! In his house, like recently?
Man, it's time gets away from you. It could have been 10 years now.
A decade plus. Yeah, either way, come on. He was too old to be doing that.
Yeah, he was a man grown.
Even
What's
knowing
a turkey fryer, this is it boils oil and you dump a turkey in it. Sorry,
It's a burner on like a little. It looks like a Bunsen burner, but way bigger. It sits on the ground. The propane tank connects to it with a hose, and you've got a valve you turn to make it go to crazy mode, just burn tons of propane and shoot this blue flame straight up from about 16. It's about 16 inches tall. This little round platform that the container of oil sits on top of. Yeah,
and that's filled with boiling oil.
Yeah, the silver cylinder is full of boiling oil, 400 degrees,
and it's filled up about a third of the way. But some people fill it up all the way, and then they get that cataclysm where they dip it, and then there's a big overflowing of
because
oil.
they don't understand displacement.
That's another thing people should really get.
So I am hip to displacement, but I'm a little mixed on like the crazy things that sometimes happens when you put the wrong thing on that. Like, does it ever get too steamy, or when you put if you pour water on a grease fire, terrible idea.
Mm-hmm.
Is there
a good job, Jack?
Are there any like things that can go horrifically?
Yeah.
If you put
good job, Jack.
Are there any like things that can go horrifically?
Yeah.
If you put a frozen one in there, like
yes, that will be a disaster. Yeah.
All right, so I do this every year. The main thing is, unlike RFK, put on some fucking shoes. He was doing it barefoot, and I was just, what are you doing? Because if it overflows, then it's 400-degree oil dripping onto you, and then you might trip, fall, and knock the whole thing over, and then you do have a problem.
And you shouldn't cook for others barefoot anyway.
You don't do it under an overhang or indoors, which I've seen people do it on like patio porches, like in apartments. Have that little It just
Oh,
sticks
little
on the side
balcony.
of the building. They're
Mhm.
out there, and there's like 8 more above them and 3 below them. They do them on those. Yeah, look at this buffoon. The displacement is a big thing, so you can either eyeball if you've done enough times, but what you can really do is before you get started, you can put your turkey in an empty pot and then figure out how much water it takes to get to the fill line, and then now you know how much oil to put in, at the exact right amount, because you've already done a previous displacement. If you put it in frozen, then it's all going to like explode and go crazy, and oil's going to gut out constantly and start a huge fire, and the turkey's never getting cooked because you can't fry a frozen turkey. If the turkey's just too moist from wet brining, which mine always are, it's going to cough and spit and make tons of steam under the oil that's going to make the oil level artificially rise for a while, like a foamy boiling layer of oil foam and gas
Does
on
it
top.
burn you like when you make bacon naked?
Yeah, so when I
Hypothetically?
do it,
I
I
heard
put
from a friend.
Yeah, it can sting you and stuff. And the main thing is like you need to wear long pants and long sleeves, and you need to be wearing gloves. And the gloves are connected to the you've got a thing connected to the turkey, like a hook thing. But if you don't wear gloves, then all that steam hits your hand, and if you ever drop the turkey and it kerplunks to the bottom of the bucket, then again it's overflowing oil. So there's lots of ways to do that wrong, but as long as you go slow and you don't panic, nothing bad can happen. But every time I see somebody with a grease fire on Reddit, they immediately panic and start freaking out. Or even an alcohol fire, I saw that lady doing that cake the other day, a dessert where you pour alcohol on it and then you light it, and she lets the vessel of alcohol that she's holding in her hand become ignited on top. And now she, instead of just sitting it down and letting because it's just the top layer of alcohol that's burning, she's like, ah! And like throws it all over everything, and now the whole room's on fire, including her. I've seen people do that with gas cans. They're trying to get a fire going that's kind of stubborn, and all of a sudden the tip of the gas can's ignited, and they freak out for some reason, like it's going to explode like in the movies. So they start flicking it around and kicking it, and every time they do, more fuel is like leaking out and catching on fire, and you're doing this to yourself. Like, I don't know how you can be this
fire stuff I'm really experienced in, gas and fires and stuff. It seems like with the turkey, a big part of it is just having an escape plan. Like, put it in a place where it can tip over, blow up, whatever, and you can get yourself 12 feet away. And if you do that, things won't go too wrong. I have a related but different question. Some alcoholic drinks, they're served on fire. It's kind of a display.
Yeah.
Asking for a friend. Let's say you're a total pussy about alcohol and don't actually want it. Could you just let it burn longer? Stall a little bit, tell a joke? Like, is this thing getting less alcoholic by the second? It seems like it would be.
It might technically be, or I guess it is technically that, but and Kyle, do you know, like, what is the strength it takes to light the alcohol? Because I feel like a regular shot of vodka wouldn't light the way those really strong shots do. No, I don't think I've ever done a fire shot, so I don't know.
I've ordered them. I blew it out though first.
Yeah, and then let it just burn. Oh, sorry, I forgot to take it again. Can you refill? Oh, you won't? Maybe next time. Okay.
Usually, if you're seeing alcohol lit, it's a stronger proof. It's something like 100 to 150 proof. But I think regular alcohol will burn. Like 80 proof is 40% alcohol. It'll burn at 70 degrees, the room temperature. But almost all the time, if you're seeing it like flambéed or something like that, or if you're seeing a dessert especially, they're using something like Everclear, something that burns, something's like 150 proof and burns really quick, and there's not much left behind. But yeah, if you let your drink sit there and burn, the alcohol's burning out. Yeah, sure.
I know you could, because what we used to do in school sometimes, in like middle school and high school, is we would take the like Purells they would have, the hand sanitizers around the school, and we would like take it to our desk, and then you would like squirt it into different shapes, and then you would use a lighter and like you could light it and it would burn in that shape, and it didn't leave like a mark or anything on the desk, and so it was just all good fun for everyone. So and no one ever
used to do that.
We used to take methanol racing fuel. My friend raced go-karts, the one who wanted to be in NASCAR, and he had a go-kart that ran on methanol, or at least a methanol mix. And I'd never heard of methanol, but it burns like a blue silver flame, and At night, it looks like magic. It literally is like this blue silver flame. But he would put it on himself and light it because I don't know if you had it in your palm of your hand, it wouldn't burn you. It would all the heat was going up, and it was like a magic trick. And we kept getting braver and braver with it until we're like putting large amounts of methanol on ourselves and lighting ourselves on fire in his fucking front yard.
Front yard, like middle of the day.
In my high school, I know I'm mixed up because I know we had the Bunsen burners were powered off this gas thing with a nozzle, like built-in plumbing, but we also sometimes used alcohol burners, and you just pour it into this thing, light the alcohol, and had this. All right. Well, one kid in class would light his hand on fire, and he didn't do a cup of it in his palm like Kyle described. He'd be like Human Torch, all the fingers and everything, and he was good at it, and he never burned himself. I didn't take it upon myself to learn this skill, but I'm like, he just like shook it off and like beat it on his own pants and stuff to put the fire out. But I'm still like, I kind of get it. You know, it's the skin's not burning, the alcohol's burning until it gets to skin. I don't know how he did it without getting hurt consistently, but he did.
Yeah, I would think eventually, like, the alcohol would burn off the tip of one finger, but it would still be in between these fingers, and now the flame would be burning this instead
that makes
of.
Sense.
I don't know, because I never went that ballsy with it. I
never had the balls to put the cigarette out on my tongue either.
Oh, I've told you before. My stupid trashed buddy at a concert was like ripping a cig, and then he like put it out on his arm, but he didn't commit, and so it just gave him a nasty burn, and he was so trashed. He was like, "Ugh." Then he hit the cig again, and then he went to put it out again, which is relit the cigarette, and so he like really badly.
Committing doesn't help with that. Like unless your arm is moistened, or like you put like a puddle of spit on your arm, then that'll work. But there's no committing to make a cigarette burn on your arm not be one of the most painful things you'll ever experience, because cigarettes burn way hotter than you think. I stepped on a lit cigarette when I was a kid, and I still vividly remember that as one of the like top 10 or 15 most painful moments of my entire life. Like I've been like way worse than any cut. It felt like there was just a burning nail in my heel for like an hour after that. Of course, I was a little kid too. I was 7.
Sure.
So, but that was awful. But if you know your tongue is all spitty, and you could like just if you commit, it won't burn you. Viggo Mortensen does it in that movie. What's
Eastern
it called?
Promises?
Yeah, Eastern Promises. That wasn't in the script. He just fucking did it, and they were like, "Oh,
that was hard.
yeah, yeah, that's hard."
I'm putting like a little puddle on my tongue, you know, like.
Oh, for
I think
sure.
I'm ready. I think I'm ready.
Everybody watch this.
I was such a pussy when I go to do it. I would be like I would stop. Like I literally couldn't make myself do it. Yeah.
I've seen it done with taps, but I'm no expert in the best way to do it. The guy I went to high school with, someone had a big ugly wart right on like his middle knuckle, and he used to put cigarettes out on that wart. And I think low-key he was trying to do some sort of cigarette-based wart removal, which didn't work. Instead, it was the foulest looking, most hideous wart ever, like burned and damaged and scarred. And yeah, not cool.
I think they use cold now. I think he did the exact opposite he was supposed to do.
I've never had a wart. I've never had a wart. No, I had a skin tag on my ribs one time, kind of low on my ribs, like where my, like your hourglass part of your ribs, and I ripped that off myself with nail clippers in a hotel room in New York one afternoon. That was also very painful, but I've never had a wart.
I had a wart on this part of my finger. If you're listening, it's my middle finger on like the inside, like that would touch my palm if I made a fist, and I could like hit it with a razor blade and shave it down to where it was like almost gone. But it didn't go away. It just sort of healed up and came back. And eventually I went to a doctor and he used this. It was like a soldering iron, but it was super cold instead of hot.
Yep. I've seen that.
I know what they're up to now.
What I did have when I was like 12 or 13, Blessed Taylor got a pill to fix this. I had blackheads in my ear, like in my ear. And so they have to use that metal loop to like press the perimeter of it and pop them all. And I remember it. First of all, it was a really hot, like 20-something-year-old nurse. So I'm already embarrassed that this hot chick is digging blackheads out of my ear. It was so painful. My head is like I lay down on my side with my head on like a medical head support pillow thing, and then she is pushing so hard that I'm like, I think she's gonna push through the side of my head. I think she's just gonna like break through my skull any moment and kill me.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, a good one." And I'm like, "Oh!" like I can feel like the tears are welling up in my eyes, and I'm just trying not to be a bitch about it.
My dog died earlier today. Just so you know.
There's like 3 or 4 or 5 in each ear. She's like, "All right, now the other side." And I was like, "I hope you'd forgotten about the other side."
No, the other side's good.
I remember leaving there and my mom being like, "Bet you'll keep your ears clean now." And I was like, "You goddamn right." And now I swear to God, I'm almost 40. Every shower, I'm in there with soap, and fucking scrubbing, like doing little. I get out of there with the Q-tips. I like look at them in the mirror, making sure there's no goddamn blackheads in there.
I always pictured what you're describing because I never had that metal push experience, but I've seen videos of people doing it into the ear. I would be so terrified of them because like the inside of your ear is already kind of slippery, like already sloped. I would be so worried about them slipping, and now I'm like deaf and they're in my head.
That's what it felt like. I'm telling you, she was pressing so hard, her hands were like shaking, like she was like, she was giving me all she had, and it felt like I was.
How big are blackheads in people's like in your ears? Are they not just like the kinds that you get on your nose where they're teeny tiny?
No, they get real. So you've seen popping videos on Reddit, I'm sure.
I hate those. I hate that.
The older they are, the bigger they get, and sometimes they get so big and fat that it looks like the end of a cigar is like in someone's skin, and the skin around it has gotten like loose and inflamed, and so they're just kind of going in and hooking it and pulling it out by the end because it like mashing doesn't even help. It's so big. They gotta like claw at it.
Bad.
It's really disgusting.
I have the opposite experience as Kyle. Every once in a while, I'll say like every 2 years, I get a pimple behind my earlobe. I probably have hygiene issues, like I don't clean well or something. But I can pinch it. There isn't a more painless spot on my entire body. I seem to have no nerves behind my earlobe there. I just pinch, squeeze, it's fixed. Like boom, bada boom, bada bang, all better. It's nice.
That's the little bottom part of your ear call. Is that the lobe, the little dangly thing that you get pierced? I've had, I don't even know how to describe it. Basically, it feels like a BB inside of there that's infected.
Like a cyst?
In the lobe?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's like